Sean Strickland, a redemption video, his coaching on him like he wasn't a former champion who beat Imavov, Izzy, and Allen. This is a weird way of Sean haters. I'm going to do that tomorrow to get back at him and also to discredit DDP, Dean Thomas. I saw all of that headline on ESPN. Like, the headline on ESPN was like, what a disappointment of a main event. And I'm like, dude, if you're, if you're only talking about Strickland, you know what I mean? Then it's a disappointment. He got beaten up. Yeah, there is like now Strickland has lost. Everyone's coming out the woodwork to get in their jokes about him before he wins again. You know what I'm saying? As a diehard fan, Sean Strickland fan, just want to say that DDP had goated performance. He did, attacking from all angles, non-stop action, and I want him to shoot first versus Hamzat. I don't even mind it. If Hamzat hasn't shot within the media opening, I don't mind him shooting first. Thank you for the 10 euros. Just so he can decide a little bit longer where the wrestling exchange is going to go. Even if eventually he does get reversed and taken down and all this, you know what I mean? The Americans don't have the grappling to control and submit people. True. Think about it. None of them use jiu-jitsu. They don't respect it enough. It's not even you don't see an American guy hop into someone's back like that. You know what I mean? And latching up a submission out of nowhere. It just typically isn't seen anymore. It's very slow and grueling, and it's not the right level of explosivity to dominant position to be effective in MMA. Impression of Ariel being jealous of your DJ collabs. They're breaking number records on YouTube. To take his vid down. Ooh, did he really? Yeah, this is why, because I noticed a few copyright things on my video that I tried to make. So I don't know, Bear don't want no discussion about this. Yeah, I thought it was a good DJ interview. It was a good one. Oban's using you. I know. That's how the world works. That's how, it's good. It's good for Orban and it's good for me because I get to, get in there with Paulo Costa. I wouldn't have been able to talk to Paulo Costa if not for Orban Elliott, guys. It's a two-way street, you know what I mean? Even if one way is more traffic heavy than the other. Let's just say. What's happening with Bryce Mitchell? Jackson podcast, vid, Pig also loved. Oh my God, they copywriting a lot of it. I'm going to try it again tomorrow with like a mix up of other news as well. But I tried to make a whole video about it last night and they did get it on copyright. I don't know if you guys have seen, but all the clips of it on Twitter have been taken down as well. So yeah, I'll figure it out. I don't think they're going after smaller MMA channels that are doing this like recap of it with a few hundred views or whatever. But I don't know. I tried to, and there was a lot of copyrighted footage. I think you got to be tricky about, Bear turned off the dislikes and he is removing comments. And so it's a tricky one to go at, you know what I mean? Because he's one of them. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little risky. Either way. We got some good moments out of the Paulo interview though. Chances Ankalaev wrestles Pereira to a boring decision. I want to buy tickets, but not for a snoozer. Chances that he wrestles Pereira to a boring decision. I hope not. But there's a good chance. Wrestles him to a boring decision is less likely than his win percentage. So I'd still say that's like 25% chance. I think he has like a 40% chance of winning. Donation simulator begin. Thank you. Should have hit Pablo Costa with ¿Qué estás haciendo? But he's not Spanish though, is he? He's Portuguese. But thank you for the $2. True. Drop Orban Elliott. He's so annoying. What was annoying about Orban? What did he do? Does he dislike Otis? Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't like Otis, the beefy one, at all. But what I don't think he gets is that when he disrespects Otis, he thinks he's disrespecting some like random guy on Twitter. But really in Jerusalem, he's like Otis, the beefy one, is a respected figure of the, and Oban's just joining in going, shut up. I'm trying to speak, So I guess that's what it is. But I don't mind Orban. So maybe give him another chance. And if he messes up again, then he can go. But he's all right. Now he's random, I guess. Orban sucks. What was it? Orban's a chill lad. Yeah, I'll put up a poll in the middle of the stream and we'll vote on Orban's fate, I think. But he's all right. I don't think he's that bad. But I don't know. I just think the people that are watching it and the dynamic that he is operating under are different. You know what I mean? It is what it is. When you flex, I unironically get jealous. I've read it. I've read all these. Drop up on it. Thank you for the $20, Salamander Man. Nick Scheidt blocked me on Instagram for saying he's a shit coach, and it was a bitch move to trash his own fighter publicly for his performance. I know. Sick of people acting like Sean didn't even try when DDP just completely shut his style down. Why didn't Sean? I know, dude. Salamander Man, I completely understand. Why didn't Sean fucking do this? Because he's just been beaten up for 2 rounds. He's got his legs chewed up. His ribs are getting smacked with body kicks every fucking 30 seconds. Why didn't you just fucking walk Drickus down and beat him up? He's being fucked up by Drickus. Every time he steps forward, he nearly gets question mark kicked in the head. Like, this ain't Adesanya. This ain't some easy fight. You know? This is like a proper fighter in front of him. Thank you for the $20. Love the idea of DC looking up you to research that segment. Wikipedia. Lol, Chad ban haters are so cringe. Okay, Chad ban, yeah. What's with Nixick throwing Sean under publicly? What's with Nixick throwing Sean under publicly? I know I'll have to look into all that as well. I've seen the headlines, man. It's fucking, I don't know. It's just like they're coping. You know what it is, yeah? DDP has genuinely got these guys crying tears of cope. Am I wrong? I've never seen a fighter do this to so many opponents. He's got these guys in like a fucking heated mess where they just can't comprehend that he's just beat up their guy and won. So I've never had so many narratives for a loser fight after fight than the victims of DDP. He's really got these guys fucking seething that he has beaten their guys. Thank you for the $2. You see Strickland's coach trashing him on Ariel? I'll go and check it out. Is Strickland actually a liberal? I saw Ariel talking about what's next for Strickland. Is it Brendan Allen, or is it Anthony Hernandez, or is it Mikel Pereira? Like, it's so wormy the way people are going about talking about the Strickland fight. I'm doing a video on it tomorrow. Don't think some of the boys in chat understand bants. No, they don't. Like, Orban's picking on me a bit. It's like, yeah, that's fine. You know what I mean? He's going to pick on me a bit. It's banter. But, you know, I get it. When I was listening to it back with the information that no one liked Orban, I did get it a bit more. You know what I mean? Especially when Orban said, what did Orban say? Right, hey, I don't know what he was saying, but he was saying something like, stop trashing the fighters. And I'm like, oh, shut up. You know, that was a bit. When I listened to it back, I was like, damn, he said that 5 times already. I can see why people are getting pissed off. Questions, you know? Thank you for the £2, Emma, because he doesn't have I think as much as we maybe think he has the whole of South Africa behind him, I don't think he actually does. I think he has like a niche community in South Africa behind him, but they're not rallying behind him like they would do, I guess, the rugby players over there. I don't know. Maybe it's just not as... Maybe a guy like DDP has to pave the way. So if another South African guy behind him becomes in this spotlight, then they will be the superstar. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's what it has to be. But I'll be honest, some highlight reel KOs would definitely help. You know what I mean? Which is something that he hasn't gotten yet. Submissions are good if they're really early and easy. Late submissions, they do something for you. Finishes do something for you. But if he would have finished Strickland in round 4 and fucking flatlined him up against the cage after breaking his nose, he gets 100K extra followers. If he would have caught Adesanya on the chin with a fucking lead head kick and put him away. It does take those individual performances sometimes, you know. Eric Nixick saying he only wants to coach champions as if he doesn't hold pads for Chris Curtis. Yeah, it was kind of a weird situation from Nixick. Thank you for the $5, man. It really was. I know Leon shit the bed badly, but a lot of people are counting him out versus JDM. They are.
Styles be made. The faster we can get guys removed from the roster who's not willing to fight, that's not willing to do their job, the faster we can get other guys moving up. That's it, right? Common sense. So I feel like, is it even worth it being like on a Ariel Helwani show? Is it even worth it going on like a Luke Thomas show? Like, you got MMA Guru out here now You got Lucas Tracy out here, man, making numbers. Shit, you even got Jesse on fire. Shout out to all these guys, right? That are not journalists, right? Not like legit guys that, you know, actually went to school or whatever, did this shit for actual job. They just created a YouTube channel, man, start talking their shit, and now they making noise. I feel like with all the guys that are supposed to be such a big platform for fighters to come to, they numbers don't be jumping like these influencer dudes. I'm just keep it a buck, right? If I was to go on, let's say, Michael Bisping's show, right, and talk to him and get interviewed by him, it's only gonna reach a certain amount of people, right? Even though he got like 1 million subscribers and all that, like he only do so many numbers. But MMA Guru, I feel like if I'm talking to him and I'm doing an interview with him, like those numbers get spiked up like crazy. And I really feel like it's because people do understand that when these guys or these influencers, when they speak or when they talk, like they get a free mind on what they think the game is. They don't try to, they're not fearful of speaking their mind. A lot of fighters or a lot of analysts that work for certain people, right? They don't want to ruin relationships, or they don't want to say the wrong thing, and they don't want to mix up, you know what I'm saying, stir things up. Like, I feel like for me, it's just like, speak the truth at the end of the day. Don't be.
We need Max to beat a YN before he retires. Where did Buckley mention me, chat? On his YouTube channel or some shit? Good old Joaquin. Good old Joaquin Buckley. Joaquin. Joaquin Buckley. Thank you for the $2. Leon and Ariel having a screaming in agony contest. Thank you for the $2. Joaquin. Buckley mentioned at 21 minutes. Okie dokie. He gave Lucas Tracy a shout out. Based. Good Buckley. Oh. That's nice of Joaquin Buckley. Holy shit. Good Buckley. You know what? I nearly said good boy and I didn't even mean to. Marvin's infecting me with his energy. Jesus. I was about to say good boy. I tried to save it to good Buckley, but even that's bad, isn't it? Fucking hell. Good man. Good man, Buckley is what I was going for. Good man. Who are the most 3 soy Western countries? Is Canada number 1? The 3 most soy Western countries. Canada's probably Germany, and then France. Thank you for the $5. The Scandinavians are pretty bad as well, though. Impression of McGregor confusing Aspinall's bicarbonate of salt. It's goodbye. I don't know what I'm doing now. Based Buckley. Shout out to Buckley, dude. Giving Lucas Tracy a shout out. That's honorable. See you later. Goodbye. May Mush. Thoughts on Bo Nickel Twitter meltdown? I saw it. He's been melting down. He follows me now on Twitter. He's been going at some of my fans, replying to them, saying that he wants me on the podcast. I ain't going on. I'm not debating my point. I'm right. So wait until you see the video, Bo Nickel. And I've got a deal for you in the video. If I'm wrong about USA wrestling credentials, you'll ragdoll the whole middleweight division, won't you? So I'm looking forward to it. DC kept reiterating that he'd never heard of you. I know he did. I made a point of that in the video. Proving in my mind that he certainly had. People forget. Nina said they all know who you are. So did DC. He said that the UFC staff member that gave him the tweet about, did you see what MMA Guru said it in a way that I'm a somebody. So I'm glad that they're all aware of me over there. The real reason DC was upset is that he's only 350, not 375. Well, I'm 100 off, mate. I said he was pushing 500. Thank you for the $5 New Zealand dollars, though, Cam Adams. These sheeple, man. Orban owns these fans and Guru. Okay, so Orban's got a niche market within my own audience, yeah? There you go. Chael literally agreed with you. He did. DC's just in his feelings. And also, what the fuck did Bo say? Yeah, he should be focusing on fighting more than once every 8 months. He'll be fighting soon. I think he'll be fighting Paulo Costa soon as well. But, yeah, DC is in his feelings. If a wrestler said that to DC, he would sit there and agree with him. But, you know, DC's built like a manhole at this point. Oof. John Jones's favorite hole. I've noticed when someone takes an L or is down, Ariel will describe the situation in excruciating detail and then say something like, so what's that like? Oh yeah, like the world's collapsing around you. Everyone stopped calling you. No one really cares about you anymore in the media. No. You're getting hatred from fans online. You embarrassed yourself in front of your family. What's that like? Thank you for the 21 months. He does do that a bit. Have you? Will the GFL have any good unk fights? Sure, I could see the GFL having some good unk fights, yeah. I can't stand DC and Chael. Their takes are so corporate and skewed. Literally makes me mad. Yeah, some of them. Chael had some decent ones, but you couldn't fully agree with me, you know. True or not true, ESPN or DC must have been like, in order for us to get more views, we need to bring up Guru. I honestly think that could have happened because DC literally said that there was a staff member at ESPN saying, did you see what Guru said? You should talk about this on your show. So probably, yeah. Thank you very much for the 5. But I was being trashed as vain and egotistical for saying this just a few weeks ago in chat. But it's all right. Easy fight. You know? This is like a proper fighter in front of him. Thank you for the $20. Love the idea of DC looking up you to research that segment only to see a 45-minute deep dive on him being 480 pounds. I know. Thank you for the $1. The last rancher. Thank you for the 1. Thank you very much. You using Windows like an NPC normie? I think so. Just saw the DC Chael clip. Life is a fever dream. It is. It really is strange. Kevin Lee was probably as good as any American college wrestler in the UFC. People forget, man, the beatdown he put on RDA, and yet D-Rod smokes him. Yeah. Thank you for the 14 months of membership. He was pretty good. Beat down he put on RDA, yep. D-Rod smoked him. Interesting. Physicality versus none. RDA. You mean Edson Barboza? Thank you for the $2. What happened with DC and Chael? They brought me up on the ESPN show. The emotionally wrong guy and the bad guy. Their new show that they've got. And DC just how wrong I was about USA wrestling credentials not being trusted anymore. And Chael was trying to tell him, like, no, he might have a point here, but DC was disagreeing with me and then making an argument that agreed with me. It really did tell me that his response to me wasn't out of let's genuinely have a debate. It was let me trash this guy at any cost. You know what I'm saying? It was a very emotional argument because he was literally disagreeing with me and then making points that unanimously agreed with my takes. Shane Van Boning. Is it a surreal feeling to see Chael and DC talk about you by name? It is. That's got to feel strange. Yes, it is surreal, but it happens every few months these days. Some big reaction from a fighter or so, and yeah, we're on the up. Just spoke to Paulo Costa yesterday. You know, it was a good time. Sorry, don't cry. I like my pork stress-free. Okay.